Hello and welcome to the CA Staff Championship Round 4, coming at you live from the Dekra Lausitzring. Let's get straight into the action. Alright. Yeah, so we've been away for a week and now we're back with a 2-race special from the Lausitzring. I'm here, as is Doug. Say hello, Doug.
Hello, everyone. Good to be back.
All right. As you can see, is Tim Heaton coming around this. It's quite an interesting track, this, Doug, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks wild. It's the first time I've actually looked at the circuit. But we have a lot of quite wild bends and look like some long, fast corners as well, particularly coming back onto the pit straight. But turn 7 as well is a full, wide hairpin. So it's going to, which I'm hoping means that there's some opportunity for some really interesting overtakes.
It's almost like coming down here. It almost looks like a bit like a NASCAR track.
Yeah, so I don't actually. I'm not going to pretend I actually know anything about the Lausitzring other than what it's used for. But I don't think it's a standard track. The very outside of it is it's a straightforward oval. So it could be.
Yeah, it's probably used for Indy cars or.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lausitzring, the name suggests it's in Germany. So yeah, I doubt they do NASCAR there. But
it doesn't feel like a very NASCAR place.
No, that's very true. It's very true. So yeah, let's take a look at see if we can bring up the track map, and we can. Yeah, see, this is quite a weird looking track, all in all. As you can see, we're looking at Constable at the moment as he's coming around that left-hander. But you can see that kind of big, long straight that Costa is going down at the top of your screen right now. That's going to be hell for leather down there. I think what's the start-finish line, isn't it? So
it is, yeah.
Everyone's just going to be gunning for it. As well as this, that other straight that Towers is now hammering down.
Mm-hmm. So Towers is now probably coming into what's going to be, I'm hoping, one of the more interesting places for an overtake, because he's going into this fast corner now on the right hand side, and that's where if you're going to try and pull a move on someone, if you get a better drive out of the preceding hairpin, you're into it. And then when you come into that S bend, well, that's where you find out if you've made it stick or not.
Well, there he is, the man himself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's take a look at the weather first and foremost. 18 degrees in the air, 28 on the track. Hot track again. There's no wind today, but it's sunny and dry as it is always. That's a beautiful image.
0 kilometers an hour. The air has stopped dead.
The air's just dead. There's no more air.
Dead air.
Yeah, so let's take a look at where the drivers qualified, shall we? Before we go into the second practice. So currently on your screen, you'll see this will be the running order for race 1. So, as usual, Belevsky is up there with his absolutely blistering pace. He's over a second faster than second place man, Balabanov, which is really surprising considering...
He's upping his game.
Balabanov is upping his game, and which is excellent to see. So he'll be starting on the front row of the grid with Belevsky. Ian Towers and Tom Constable, the dynamic duo, starting on 3rd and 4th on the second row of the grid. Then we've got Munir Maz and Stefan Kolyev, Hungary, on the 3rd row. Tim Heaton, a bad race for him last time. Got a bit confused coming into the pit lane, or the game got a bit confused at Tim's entry to the pit lane and decided to disqualify him. So hopefully he'll be looking for some redemption today. And he'll be starting on the 4th row with Alan Padgham. Next on row 5, you've got the two Peters, Peter Vernon and Peter Brophy. Going to see some pretty good racing from them today, I would have thought, Doug.
Yeah, I mean, Peter Brophy, it's quite an unusual grid. I'm used to Peter Brophy being further up, and both Ian Towers and Tom Constable have put in a really good qualifying show to be ahead of Muna and Brophy in that.
Most definitely, yeah. Yeah, so starting on row 6, you've got Matt Perkins and Kevin Costa. A little bit disappointing for Matt Perkins, considering he was really up there in the last race. He got a nice 4th place finish in the Nürburgring, if I remember correctly. So that was really good. Yeah, then we've got Salt, Lazarov, Woolwich, and a return from Nate coming in 16th. So hopefully we'll see Nate today.
Hey, that'd be good. We're still missing. We're missing Damien Mulrick. We're missing Tim Regal, who I know snuck in as a like solo operator last time.
Yeah, cheeky
Got some decent
privateer.
points. Yeah. That's a tough break for Ollie Salt. Like I guess he's hoping for some drama in some of the early turns because he and Ian Towers are even on points in the championship right now. That is an excellent rivalry.
We've speaking about drivers' points. Let's go to the drivers' points. So here we go. Bolesky's leading the field with 60 points, followed by Muni Yilmaz in second with 52 points. Then there's Peter Brophy rounding out the top three with 48 points. So it's still all to play for really at the top. Matt Perkins, really good result for Matt last round. So he's up to fourth with 37 points. Ollie Salt, Ian Towers, as you said, Doug, both kind of joint fifth with 29 points apiece. There's a bit of a rivalry going on between those boys, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. Yeah, then we got Constable. He's sitting there in 7th on 25. Peter Vernon in 8th on 21. Tim Heaton, although he didn't score any points last round, is sitting there in 9th on 17 points. So he'll be looking for some points today. Sam Prescott, also they're sitting joint 9th with Heaton, or joint 8th actually, if you consider all the numberings and everything. But yeah. Also sitting on 17 points. Tim Regal, who's I haven't seen him in the list today, so he's not racing today, so he's probably going to stay on 16. Stefan Kolyev is definitely racing today, so yeah, we might see him score some points and get up the rankings a little bit further. He's on 11. We've got Damien Marek sitting there in 13th on 10 points. Alan Padgham, Kevin Costa, Balabanov, Woolridge, all kind of rounding out the top 17. And then our haven't scored, or DN scored, did not score, non-scorers are currently Javier, Nate, Lazarov, Wood, Gascoigne and Green. So yeah, there are a few opportunities here for some movement today in the race. So we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, in particular, like if Nate hits that starting grid and actually puts in, could be chance for some points, give Halls of Steel a bit of a nudge.
Exactly.
So they even without him bringing points themselves, they're still in the fight. They're in a bit of a space on their own, like they're 11 points behind Team Heaton, but a full 16 points ahead of Coco Pops Racing, who are. Yeah. Right now, just kicking ahead of HP Desjet.
Let's take a quick look at those teams, shall we? Before we start into race one, we've got 1 minute and 1.5 minutes left. So yeah, OAP Racing leading the field on 86 points, but it's still all to play for. Project DSG in second place with 79 points. Team Heaton, they're on the fabled 69 points in third place. You got Halls of Steel then, as you said, Doug. They're in fourth place within striking distance of 58 points. Coco Pops Racing it was a good showing from them to come up the field into fifth last race. So they're sitting there on 42 points. And what's happening here? HP Desjet 2630 all-in-one printer instant ink with 2 months trial. Where's it gone? It's down the pan, boys. Sixth on 40 points.
They had a terrible drop last year. They dropped 2 places.
Yep, and then the Invisibles, who are invisible. Well, their points are invisible, so we can't see them.
Are they on track and we just don't know about this?
I don't know.
I haven't seen them.
So invisible. Ah well, it is James Green. He is a bit of a flake.
Immortalise that one in a highlight reel, I think. Yeah.
It's alright, he knows.
Cool. Alright, warm up, closing down.
Yeah.
Haven't talked about our sponsor today.
Yes, our sponsor today is Decepticons. Decepticons. They're the bad Transformers, but we love them.
Yeah. None of them here. None of them are dressed up as cars. That'd be the Autobots.
Yeah.
So, we're pretty safe. But if there were any like fighter jets on track or like
a tank,
or cassette players,
yeah, more than meets the eye.
Hmm.
All right, here we go into race 1.
Now we're back to normal, aren't we?
We are back to normal. 2 races, no pit stops. Although the pit lane for this track is very interesting.
It's long. Yeah.
Long.
And we should have our grid flip from race 1 to 2, shouldn't we?
We're just waiting for Balabanov to hit accept.
He's it's the first time on the front row. Bit nervous.
Willkommen in der Pool-Position.
Nice.
I like it. Actual Panda in the chat. Balabanov's on the front now. Look at me. I'm a Balabanov fan. That's not a bad shout there. Here we go for the rolling start. And it's go here at the Lausitzring. Oh, and who's that? It's gone straight away. It's Heaton. They've all gone. What's happened here? It's Tim Heaton and Kevin Costa. They're absolutely, just in the barrier. Up the front, let's see. It's Bolesky. It's Towers in 2nd place. It's Balabanov holding on 3rd. Constable there in 4th. Ollie Salt there in 5th. You've got Muna in 6th. Pajam in 7th. But yeah, absolute carnage on the start line.
Almost spun around again in the back. One of our back runners.
Looks like Kolyev. Yeah, Kolyev's had a spin. You got Vernon, and Vernon's had a spin as well. Yeah, absolute disaster for some of these boys.
That was a wild start. rolling starts are usually a bit cleaner than that.
Yeah, it was just carnage.
Ollie's done well. I think he's up to 5th. Look at
that. Good result for Salt so far. Balabanov's still holding on to 3rd.
Yeah, he's managed to get some good pace down on this track now. Can he fight for it?
Yeah, this is it's very, very good showing from Balabanov so far. Yeah, he's up there with the best of them right now. Let's see further down the field. You've got Woolridge who's having a go at Lazarov. This is for 11th place. Is he going to try and... No, he's going to think better of it.
Now, if you're wondering, hang on, were they on the pit straight again? Have they already come around?
Yeah, they were on the pit straight.
Yes, this is the Lausitzring short course. So their laps are very short. So they hit all these corners again and again. All these overtaking positions are going to keep coming up. So it's going to be a fight all the way through.
Definitely. Salt goes, he's side by side with Constable right now. But has to go the long way round. Might let Luke Muna through there as well.
This is good for Balabanov. He's got this 3-way battle going on just behind him. And that gives him a chance to stay ahead. Try and keep pace with Ian Towers.
I've got to say, I'm very, very impressed with how far Balabanov's improved.
Yeah.
It's absolutely great to see.
Yeah. Let's see what he can make of the rest of the other 22 minutes of this Lausitzring. And let's see what he can do with the pressure of 3 cars and 3 hungry cars chasing him down like this.
This is very true. Although it's a bit rough there.
Rocky on the curbs. Is that Constable's opportunity? He's having a go. Oh
yeah, no, he's gone round, but Constable outbrakes himself, wide, goes a bit wide. He's going to have to give that one back.
Yeah, he's going to lose out badly to a few cars.
Yeah, and there's Perkins up behind him now. Salt's having a go, but no, Balabanov closes the door. Oh, but goes a bit wide, lets them all by.
Yeah, that's 2 coming through.
It's 2 coming through.
Looks like Constable's just retaken from Perkins as well. It's turned into a new battle. That's going to bother Constable as well because he was coming round, but he just kind of missed the braking zone.
Yeah, now he's stacked up behind Balabanov again. Well, nearly.
Yilmaz is trying to force the issue on Salt. Looks like has he made it stick? No, Salt's got the drive out of the corner.
Salt definitely has the drive there. Good defensive drive in there from Ollie Salt.
And now they're under threat from Balabanov, who's not dropped off the back.
The thing is, though, could Salt catch up to Towers? Because that's who he's fighting, really.
Yeah. All this is an absolute gift to Towers, who putting out all he can do. Balevski's still escaping.
Flash of lights from Muna.
This is a demanding bit of track. It's such a snake. We saw Balabanov earlier, like skipping the corners, and it gave Constable his chance, even if he didn't sink it.
Very true.
Very
defensive line.
They're going to have to face that S-bend like probably another 20 times or so, and that could easily go wrong.
Most definitely, Doug. Like the average lap round here is like a 1 minute 20, 24, 23. So they're going to be hitting these corners a lot of times.
Who's down the back?
Further down the field, looks like
Constable.
It looks like Prescott's dropped a few, and he's now caught up in this battle between Woolridge, Vernon, and Costa. So yeah, bit of places. Oh no, that's Peter Vernon going for a spin.
And who's just dived off the side? Was that Woolridge?
Yeah, I think that was Woolridge. Yeah, he's off as well.
Yeah.
So that allows Kolyev and Heaton to come through, and Prescott's now up behind Costa, up into 12th. So it's all happening at the bottom of the field. These some of the more seasoned drivers. Oh! Prescott sending Costa for a little bit of a spin.
Oh, man. He kind of he double taps him and got a second. Managed to actually right him before Costa went spinning off the track. Wow, we don't usually see this carnage until the reverse grid restart.
Exactly. You see Prescott there guarding his line a little bit, trying to.
That's some very aggressive
driving from Prescott. But then, yeah, forcing a spin from Costa.
Yeah. Now in Formula One rules, Prescott would have been, because that's multiple defensive moves. But it isn't Formula One, so off he goes.
That's fair. Constable now back up behind Balabanov. Going for a clean pass there. I think he'll make that one stick.
Can he keep his drive on that inside line? Yeah, he's just been able to take that turn, take that slow corner at a better speed.
Yeah, fundamentally also puts a car between himself and Perkins.
Indeed. So it gives him a chance to go chase down the Yilmaz and Salt battle.
Yeah, Yilmaz just dropping off the back of Salt a little bit. Salt getting a bit of drive there. He's only 3 seconds off Towers now. 2 seconds off Towers. Yeah, you can see him in the back. He's not going away anytime soon.
He's catching up because when he was battling earlier, he was 3 seconds off. He was 3 seconds off Towers.
Yeah.
He's now about 2 seconds off. So
Towers may be getting a bit complacent there.
Maybe, yeah. But then I don't think Towers is going slow. Like he's been losing less than a second a lap to Balevski in front, and that's been consistent.
This is the rear of Towers' car.
Slow. Yeah. So Towers is not driving slow. I think Salt, now that he's got a little bit less defending to do, just seems to have a better measure of this, despite the poor qualifying result. He just didn't have the luck.
Yeah, that is most certainly true.
Well, I think Woolridge might be backwards. Is that he just lost two places?
He's just locking up a bit. In a battle there with Peter Vernon, Kevin Costa, and Kolyev right at the back. You've got this Lazarov having a bit of a spin and letting Prescott on through. Prescott now free to go and chase Padgham up for 9th place. Let's see where Peter Brophy is. He's up in 8th at the moment.
This would be a point.
Just kind
This
of
would
on
be a
his
point
own.
finish for Ladbrov.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can hold on to it. Like, make some and get something out of the chaos.
Yeah. No, Pete Brophy doing a good job there in 8th. Just kind of on his own though, right?
Yeah, this is like I'm used to him being up the front. Maybe this is a track that just because it is a very different track, and so I feel like a lot of the drivers are having to try new things. Like this first turn, like some of the first turns out of the pit straights, seem to be throwing people off a bit because I think it might be a downhill, which was quite easy to lose the back and spin out.
Yeah, most definitely. Like anything that's kind of like coming down into a corner or a bit of adverse camber is enough to kind of send a driver off in the sense that they don't expect it, right? It's kind of like it can catch the driver out. That's what I meant to say.
Yilmaz is only about half a second off the back of Salt now.
Yes.
And they're both closing in on towers.
They are both closing on towers. The blue, the green, and the red, all coming down the pit straight.
I mean, the specific ones always do take a long
Yeah, it's just some blistering pace from these three guys.
Yeah, getting those early S bends is so like that snaky section is so important.
Yeah, right at the front we've got Bolevsky. He's 6 seconds ahead of Towers right now. 6 seconds ahead of Towers at the moment. Just kind of out there on his own as usual. It'd be interesting to see because he'll be starting on row 4 of the grid in 8th place for race 2. So we'll see him. We'll see the classic Bolevsky battling his way through the grid, which is always great to see.
Assuming it doesn't all go wrong and he gets caught, we've still got 14 minutes left.
That has happened before.
It has happened before, yeah. Not often, but
let's look a bit further down.
Oh no, Tower! Like, what's happened to Towers?
No, looks like Towers has had a bit of a moment.
Yeah, judging by the chat, like they seem to have seen the angle where we didn't. He's had enough.
Just wasn't paying attention. Need to wake up.
Salt. Ollie Salt up to P2.
Yep. At least Towers was able to get back on and not lose too many places, so he's still within a good point scoring position here.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Woolridge, Kolyev's just gone off when fighting Woolridge, so he's not having a good day, is Kolyev.
How bad is that gravel for your drivetrain?
Yeah. Moon's got to be hungry for those points. He's going to want those points off Salt.
Yeah, he's not going to leave Salt alone for the rest of this race.
Yeah,
unless he has an accident.
Yeah, unless he has an accident, yeah. No, Towers probably isn't very happy with where he is right now either, judging from the fact that he can see Salt's car ahead. So,
indeed. I mean, he's been driving good laps, but this is clearly a demanding track.
Yeah.
Like so many places where getting it wrong can cost you just enough. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely,
gap's small.
Absolutely.
He's keeping a respectable gap to Constable. Although, I don't know, I think did Constable make up a bit of time on this lap? I haven't been entirely paying attention to the gap. It's
the gap
about 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 seconds between Constable and Towers right now. 1.5 seconds then down to Perkins, and then 3.5 seconds to Balabanov. He's still putting in a really good performance here.
He is, yeah. It's a consistent pace he's keeping. And I mean, although Peter Brophy seems to have found some clear air, and I think is likely to be pulling a pass like at this pace in the next 2 or 3 laps. I could very much see a pace.
Yeah, let's see. It's
pass happening.
Here he is. It's Peter Brophy. We're looking at him now. There's Balabanov there, just ahead.
Judging by the qualifying and even where he is right now, like this isn't Brophy's favourite track, but he's not gonna give up on it.
Yeah, he'll give it a good go as always. Further down the field, you've got it's just Lazarov and Woolridge going at it. Oh, Lazarov outbreaks himself, goes wide, lets Woolridge on through. Let's see what else we've got further up the field. This is Prescott at the moment. He's kind of out there, but behind him, yeah, there's Tim Heaton, and he is about 6 seconds off the back of Padgham, slowly reeling him in. Padgham, on the other hand, he's on his own. He's racing on his own at this stage. There's no one around him. He's 12. He's 12 seconds off Brophy, and he's got Prescott comfortably 6 seconds behind. So
a quarter of the track away from everybody, both the front and back.
Yeah, pretty much. Meanwhile, Brophy's caught up to the back of Balabanov now, so we might see some overtaking. Let's see how defensive Balabanov can get to fend Brophy off.
And how many? I don't see Balabanov as much of a risk-taking driver. He's focusing on his lines, and if he sees that Brophy's just getting a really good drive on a section, I wonder if he'll think, well, I could lose more by fighting too hard. So, because he's very consistent what he's doing.
Yeah,
it's not quite as fast as some of the guys up front, but it is consistent. Well, that wasn't great. Kind of cut the corner there.
Not the commentary curse, Doug. Anything but the commentary curse.
I'm calling it. This is confirmation bias. I credit a lot of people, and we're only going to call it when it goes wrong. No one says anything where I compliment a driver and nothing happens. So I'm calling it confirmation bias. There.
Further up the field, you've got this battle still going on between Salt and Yilmaz. Still going at it tooth and nail. Just over 8 minutes left of this race. Can Salt pull out a second place?
I think there's still room for something interesting between, for fourth place, because there's 1.5 seconds from Towers to Constable and 1.5 again to Perkins. So if Constable gets close enough to have a battle with Towers, that'll bring Perkins within striking distance if those two lose time fighting each other.
No, most definitely. Towers really dropping off the back now of Yilmaz. He's about 5 seconds off the back of Yilmaz now. So Towers really losing pace there.
Indeed. These two, despite fighting each other, this is something that always surprises me about Muna in particular. You can see he's always weaving all over the place, looking for everything, but he doesn't lose time.
Absolutely.
Because I think he does it, he gets a good drive and then does his attacking.
Yeah.
It's got to be
got to get the heat in those tyres, and also got to get the grip and the drive out of those corners. And if Muna can slingshot his way out of the corner and get a better drive, then he's going to gain some places.
I think Lazarov might have had a spin.
Yeah. Oh no, he has been racing. There he is. He's racing Neva Costa, but we think he probably has had a bit of a spin.
He was ahead of Koliev a minute ago.
Yeah. Now you can see Bolesky in the background coming round.
Ah, yeah. It looks like Brophy's made the move on Balabanov.
It looks like Muna is very close to Salt now. Very, very, very close right now. Let's have a look. Yeah, so Brophy's gotten past Balabanov. We've seen that.
Yeah.
That's
It looks like Muna hesitated a bit on the exit of that straight. He was coming up to Salt.
Yeah, he is pretty close though now. I think that if he's able to force a mistake...
He's got a good drive off that corner, look at that.
He's able to force a mistake out of Salt, then that could be a second place for Muna, but it just depends. If Salt can keep his composure for another 6 minutes and 15 seconds, then he'll be in with a good chance of getting some big points.
Meanwhile, it looks like Constable's had a seriously good lap because he's dropped Perkins by a second and he's right on the back of Towers.
Let's take a look at that. Yeah, wow. Yeah, Perkins dropping off the back of Constable. Constable really motoring.
Now, can Towers keep his cool?
These two practice against each other a fair bit, so it'll be interesting to see how their driving styles kind of are going to have to adapt to defend each other, then defend from each other.
They're both very fair racers, so I don't expect a dirty fight.
No, definitely not. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
let's take a look at this race.
this one might get dirty.
Yeah, this one might get dirty. This is a... but if it does get dirty, it will be completely unintentional.
Probably.
Ooh, close to the wall there, using every inch of the track. Look at that. Muna trying to get every inch of drive he can out of this track.
Is that a bit of a wide corner from Salt? Or is that a tactical line? It's hard to tell on that wide corner what the actual line is.
Yeah,
like
it's a very weird camera angle, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got a back marker as well. Who are they coming up to?
This is Lazarov. So, who knows? Maybe Lazarov will play into Yilmaz's hands.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's got to be a straight round here where I can get out of the way.
There you go, moving out of the way.
Yeah. Smart move. Good, fair back mark racing.
Allowing this fight to continue uninterrupted. Let's go into Muna's car. Here we are. We're on board now, coming around the left and then into the right immediately, and then wow,
It's a lot of curb.
that is a lot of curb. Get a bit of a wider view. There we go. See, we're dropping off there a little bit earlier than usual, but getting good. Hopefully getting a good drive out of there. No, not quite as good as Salt that time though.
I think Muna hesitated.
Does allow him to hoon it around that corner. Potentially pick up some more pace. Just over 3 minutes left of this race.
Further back, it looks like Towers got his lap back together, so he's managed to pull out another second or so on Constable. So
Yeah, he's
holding on.
looking a bit safer there now.
Riding the curb a lot there. I'm not sure if that was intentional from the old Maz, because it's not helping him catch. Wasn't helping him catch Salt there.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the straights, it's basically oh, bit of a slide there.
Getting impatient now.
Let's look off the back of Salt's car. See, there's Yilmaz.
Don't want to distract from this, but there is quite a battle going on from 10 of them and 12th.
Yeah, there is a bit of a battle. Tim Heaton seems to have got the better of Sam Prescott, and it looks like Vernon is also on the back of Prescott now, somewhat. So we'll see how this one plays out. Running to the end of the race now. 2 minutes left of the race.
Prescott's not done. He's looking hungry.
He's going to give it a go. He's going to try and send it. Maintains the track position, but no, Heaton's on the inside there. No, but a bit of lag, and then, yeah, it looks like Prescott's through. That was a dicey send.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's over. Right.
Oh, it's just certainly not over.
No, it's not over until you get the drive on this straight, and then you've got your speed up. Now Vernon's trying to It's an inside line, but it's not a faster line.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
Looks like looks like Heaton will just about hang on to that place.
And Vernon's not
Although
letting it
Vernon
go.
is, he's giving it a good go, pushing Heaton out wide, but no, he's maintaining track position there. Flash the lights from Vernon. Stop flashing and keep racing, mate. Right, 1 minute left of the race. Oh no!
Oh no!
Goes wide for Tim Heaton, and he loses that place to Vernon, down to 12th.
Still in the points. But, well, I'm glad we caught that battle. That was great.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Now, let's see. This battle's still at the front, raging on. Muna has got 45 seconds, or 40 seconds to get the better of Ollie. But I'm not sure whether it's going to happen. He's going to have to really try hard to dig deep to kind of get that pass.
This is the closest action on track right now. Right. I think unless one of the others has an accident, I think this is probably our finishing order.
Yeah, this is...
Right.
Oh no, wide from Ollie!
There it is!
Oh, there it is! Within the last 15 seconds. F's in chat, everybody, please.
Oh, he's still on the podium, but the patience, diligence from Muna pays off.
It looks like we're getting one more lap, though. Because Bolewski just crossed the line, and obviously he's got to cross the line when the race time is at 0. So
you've got a chance. And Constable's still only half a second off Towers.
Yeah, right up behind there. If Towers can keep his cool, then that'll be a 4th place for Towers.
Yeah, we'd see with the others. It'd just be all it takes is one wide when you're this close, and it's a swap.
Yeah, here's first place man Bolewski. Let's take a look. So yeah, it looks like Salt's dropping off the back there. Now we've got a bit of a change down here. It's
two changes.
Yeah, Peter Vernon overtaking Sam Prescott for that 10th place.
Woolridge and Costa are just traded places as well.
All right.
Prescott ahead of Vernon again.
Here we go. Down the pit straight for the final time for this race. Bolewski is your winner for race 1. And then Mooney Yilmaz getting the better of Ollie Salt for a 2nd place finish. Flash of the lights there. Great racing. Ollie Salt. Unfortunate little slide there that allowed Bolewski with the donuts.
Towers and Constable, it's so close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Towers in 4th.
He didn't lose that from the weaving, did he?
No, he didn't.
He's there.
Constable in 5th. Great racing. Matt Perkins finishes a respectable 6th. Pete Brophy, a good climb up to 7th. Balabanov, amazing result for Balabanov. I think probably his best result, right, Doug?
I think it might be his career best. Yeah, I'll check.
That's a great result from Balabanov. Absolutely heroic drive. And here we go. Pajam, who's been driving on his own for the entire race, brings it home in 9th. 10th, it looks like it's going to be Peter Vernon. And Tim Heaton finishes in 11th. Looks like Prescott had a bit of a spin. So he's finishing in 12th. Behind him is Kolyev, Woolridge, Costa, and Lazarov rounding out the top 16.
So yeah, I think Balabanov's best finish so far has been, it looks like 11th.
Yeah.
In the second Paul Ricard race.
Oh right, fair. So yeah, that's his career best then.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, that was pretty good for a first race.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens when the grid flips, and hopefully everyone won't drive into the wall this time.
Yeah, I'm not used to that much carnage in the first one.
I don't know what happened.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, we
I think the server's crashed.
Has the server crashed? Oh no, don't tell us that we're not going to get a race 2.
Oh, that was brilliant.
We'll check race HQ to figure out what's happening.
You're gonna be able to do it. Just one tank.
Looking over the pit wall.
Oh, yeah. Let's try and rejoin on that. I think it's just thrown us out. Hopefully we can get back in. Gonna refresh the server list. Hopefully I'll go back and I'll go forward. Let me just yeah. Technical difficulties, but we'll get there. Server switching sessions. Please try again. Okay. Oh, it's still in race 1. The session time left. Ah, okay. So we've just got to wait for it to time down. So I guess we'll wait for this timer to time down, and then we will rejoin. And hopefully we'll get a race 2, because it's going to be very spicy. It's very spicy on this track.
Yeah, that was great.
Very, very good. So what do you reckon, Doug? Who's your favourite for race 2?
Like if the grid swap is from 1st to 8th, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that puts
Balaban right on the front row again.
He won. Yeah, but let's see. Just having to think about that. So that puts that would put Perkins quite near the front. So I would actually, because he had a consistent race. He wasn't catching the others, but he wasn't particularly slow. So if we get another race, I could see him being a key player.
Yeah. Well, we have.
We're back in.
Yeah, we're back in. We're back in. We've dropped. I don't think we've dropped anyone, have we? Oh no, we've got 15 people in now. So let's see.
Peter Brophy is reporting a crash, and they are considering whether to rejoin. They're being egged on. So
yeah.
hopefully because he had his own client crash, so hopefully he can make it back in.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. We've got Mooner out on track at the moment. Bolesky, Towers, Constable are all out on track in this warm-up. So yeah, hopefully it goes to plan. Let's see. So yeah, that's Prescott out on track as well. Woolridge, you can see there. There's the track map again.
It's looking like Peter Brophy's issue may be terminal for this session.
Oh no, that would be very.
He would have been second on the grid. That would have been a gift to him. Oh no.
Let me just see. So Pete Brophy is his car's still in the pit lane. So my guess is it's going to drop him out at some point, disconnect him. Just going to mention to him, we managed to reconnect. We just got.
We've got some IT support on the go.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Multiplayer games. Well, meanwhile, chat, for those of you with opinions on the subject, who's your favourite Decepticon? Answers in chat.
preferably on a postcard.
And for me, it's always going to be Starscream. Optimus Prime isn't a Decepticon, Ollie, you traitor. Yes, Starscream.
I like Starscream as well, but I like Transformers Armada Starscream. He's my favourite because he's like.
Oh, now you're just trolling.
He's a good Starscream. Tidal Wave as well. He's good. Soundwave's also good.
Soundwave's class. Right. He's good fun. If you roll all the way into the post the Generation 1 seasons 3 and 4 when we're in the Galvatron era, and I'm quite a big fan of Cyclonus.
Oh, Cyclonus is brilliant. Yeah, the helicopter.
He's pretty badass. So the cassette tape player was Soundwave, but he had his 4 individual cassettes. Let's see if I can remember all the names. There was Ravage, who was the Panther. There was Laserbeak, who was the flying one, Eagle, and who were, I think, Rumble and Frenzy. Wow, yeah. See, Ollie just knows the Autobots, doesn't he?
All right. Looks like we're going into race 2. Whether everyone's ready or not.
Yeah, it looks like we've got no Brophy on this one because it's disconnected him from his car.
Hopefully, it will let him join.
Well,
it looks like we've lost a bunch of cars.
Have we?
Oh no, we haven't. So I guess we've just lost Brophy, but he could he feasibly rejoin? I don't know.
Possibly. I don't know at this stage.
I'm calling it code 60. Here we go. Rolling start for race 2. It looks like Pajam's on the front row of the grid. It's sorted it out. So yeah, here we go. Pajam takes off in front of Balabanov. You got Ollie Salt in the background there. Oh, that's Woolridge going into the barrier.
It's still rolling.
We've got some big. We'll focus on Yilmaz here. That's Heaton going over the grass behind him, and all sorts of stuff happening. Yilmaz up behind. Oh, Towers has had a spin. He's facing the other way. Oh no, Towers.
Constable and Perkins side by side.
Yeah, it looks like Perkins will have to go out wide, but then still gets the drive on back through. But both taking over Balabanov. That's Pajam still leading the race at the moment.
Run, Pajam.
Yeah, run, Pajam. Don't spin. Keep going, mate.
Oh, Towers has dropped to the back. That's going to be...
Perkins is hungry for it. It's going to be a bit of a recovery drive for Towers this race. That's Balabanov going wide. That's Woolridge going wide. This,
if he gets up now while they're all still fighting and it's still chaos, then he might have a chance.
Chazatron saying in chat, I swear every time I watch I hear some variation of, oh no, Towers! Oh, poor old boy. There he is. He's got a lot of work to do.
Oh, let's watch that front. That's looking spicy.
A bit of a flash there. They're probably gonna get a little bit backed up behind Pajam. Pajam's not quite got the pace. Oh, the Pajam said spinning. No.
That was a mad dive from Perkins as well, but or was that a dive from Constable? I think I got it wrong.
I think it was a dive. It was a dive from one of them. They both got white and yellow livery cars. And here's Malevsky coming round the outside now of Constable. Perkins getting quite a healthy lead here now.
Pajam's at the back. I told you. Roy, run.
Oh, it looks like Tower's going off again. Oh. This race is it's not been good for either Towers or Padgham this time.
Yeah. Was that? Oh, Yilmaz and Salt fighting again. Some contact now.
Costa has found his way up into 4th place. Doing well there.
Let's just slip through the chaos.
Absolutely.
Prescott takes one on Heaton. Do they just... I think Balabanov just lost several places. Is he...
Balabanov's now down to 11th. But he's stacked up behind Kolya, if you can see there.
I think Kolya just got in front of him. I think Balabanov must have had a wide because he lost. I think lost like 3 places. He was in 8th just a moment ago.
Yeah, no, he's got quite a hungry field to overcome now. Meanwhile, in 5th place, this is Salt maybe getting a little bit out of position there, but no, managing to.
He's having a go on Costa.
Yeah, he's having a go on Costa. Costa now having to defend. But
right there again.
Yeah, for every wrong move that Salt makes, Yilmaz is there.
So, Ollie, can you hold him behind you for the whole of another race? You can try. Yes.
Yeah, so we've got a report from Pete Brophy. He had a report from the pit chief. Absolute complete engine failure. Just didn't want to start after race 1. So yeah, out. I'm afraid.
It's gutting for Brophy.
Yeah.
Would have been a good start.
Fighting for those places in the Drivers' Championship. Yeah, it's always going to be a bit of a blow if you can't finish a race. No fault of his own though.
Yeah.
Bit of a tap there from Salt, and Costa goes for a spin.
Tried to catch it. Oh, that feels harsh. Looks like Bolesky is half a second from taking first. Oh, those kind of losing a place like that just feels unfair.
Yeah, Costa now down all the way with Balabanov. So you can see Bolesky there. There's Perkins. Perkins got away really cleanly.
I wouldn't say I called it, but I called it. He was going to be a player in this one.
Definitely.
But I think he's going to have his work cut out to stay P1 for another 19.5 minutes. And Constable's managed to escape the carnage, and he's again helped by the Salt Yilmaz battle being behind him this time.
Indeed.
Yes, hello, Muna.
Flashy.
Towers has just made a move on Woolridge, doing his best to recover, and he's only half a second off Costa as well.
Snaking
oh, look at
around.
it!
There's a bit of racing going on here.
There's a bit.
Woolridge having a go.
What?
I think he might make that one stick. Maybe Towers having a go.
Bit bargy.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah, Towers going through straight away.
That was a nice clean overtake there.
Bit of a smack into the wall there.
Yeah. Come on, Towers, please. Make it look like I'm doing this to you.
Let's look at someone else. Right, this is Tim Heaton defending from Stefan Kolyev. This is for 8th place. You can see Prescott in the bottom corner of your screen there as well. So they're all within striking distance of each other.
I feel like it's a bit of a wide line from Heaton. I don't think it was the fast line. Kolyev's close now.
You've got then further up the field, you've got this is Peter Vernon just kind of in a space all on his own.
That's right, but let's got to be driving around in the boot of Perkins.
He is pretty much. There he is.
Way.
Just absolutely going for it.
Yeah. I think Woolridge has had a moment. He's dropped back, and they're behind Balabanov, and then some.
Yeah, so that allows Towers to have a go at Costa now, making a pretty decent recovery drive here. Perkins goes wide, and that allows Bolesky to not quite get through.
But can Bolesky make this a long line overtake?
Yeah, I tried.
I think
Off the lines.
I think every overtake from Bolesky is planned about 3 or 4 corners in advance.
Yeah.
Oh, bit of a tap there.
Oh.
Perkins gets sent into the barrier.
Oh, that's a hard place to rejoin as well.
Oh, it's a very hard place to rejoin. Oh, this is disaster for Perkins.
Yeah. Ugh. Can we have any overtakes where someone's race doesn't get ruined?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, there's someone else in the wall back there. Who was that?
That must have been...
That Padgham?
No, it's Tim Heaton.
Oh, no. Out of 12th. If he doesn't get moving quick, he'll lose out to Woolridge as well.
Indeed. Now that's Towers up to 9th now, making a decent comeback drive here now. He's still got this Perkins.
He's dodging the spinning unfortunates that get overtaken up ahead of him.
This is pretty familiar.
Collis made a move on Prescott. Oh no, I think Prescott's backwards.
No, Prescott has he's had a bit of a spin or something because Towers has gotten up to 8th now.
And Costa's right on his bumper now as well. He might actually have to jump on him.
It's going to be a bit of a grudge drive from that last race when we saw that really defensive driving. Oh, and Towers and Perkins both spinning around. We didn't see what happened, but maybe someone sent it just a bit too hard there. Losing both of them 2 places. Well, in the case of Perkins, 3 places. Not a great race for Perkins so far.
No, it was it was great until about 2 minutes ago.
Take a look after that spin. Padgham is back on the back of Lazarov now, having a go. Lazarov off in the gravel. Padgham there speeding on by. I think that was a little tap there. Cheeky tap.
It was, yeah. Just tapped him past the braking zone. Yeah. Do you ever wonder if we need to stick damage on? It's an ongoing debate.
You stick damage on, as long as it's visual damage, because then you'd be able to see like cars, all the bumpers hanging off, and you know who's the person who crashes into people.
Yeah, because there's a lot of races being lost by being tapped from behind, and it doesn't feel right.
This is Towers right up the back of Prescott now.
This is calamity written all over it, doesn't it? Look at this.
Yeah, it does have calamity written all over it. Perkins is hungry. He wants to get by. Towers is taking a more measured approach.
He pulled off a marvellous overtake on, I think it was Woolridge.
Yeah.
That's if we could see more of those. That's just out racing someone. That was brilliant.
Definitely. Oh no! It looks like Perkins followed Towers' line a bit too far and ends up in the gravel.
That one was all you, Matt.
Losing his composure a bit is Matt Perkins. That allows Towers to refocus here now on Prescott. Just the closest battle on the track currently. Yilmaz still stuck behind Salt. It's pretty much the same situation we had last race.
Yeah.
Oh, where did Prescott go? He just kind of...
He's just gone.
Just went out really wide, and Towers is by.
Yeah.
Up into 8th place.
Willing to miss that.
There's Kevin Coster up ahead.
Can Towers chase him down and get into his classic 7th?
Classic 7 for Towers. Maybe. Got the front here. Salt.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether they're catching Constable. I don't think they are.
It comes and goes, yeah, because I think they're catching him a little now because Moona dropped back a bit, so Salt was able to put in some cleaner times. Because I think in clean air, Salt, I think he would catch Constable.
Yeah.
And they were ahead of him last time. But on basic pace. But he's not going to lose Moona. And judging by the way we saw Moona pull away from Salt last time, like the virtue of Salt being in front for as long as he was purely down to defensive driving, rather than just raw pace. So that was what kept him behind. And so he's having to do it all over again. Prescott's within a second of Costa. Sorry, Towers is within a second of Kevin Costa. Ben, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Cool.
Just letting the letting the picture breathe, letting the.
All right.
But yeah, let's take a look further down the field. It's Towers. He's having a go at Costa now. He's only about half a second away.
It's two battles here. Like, oh, is that a move or is that? I think that was a bit of a careful corner from Costa and like caught Towers out.
Yeah, it looks like Towers might get by there. Oh, maybe, probably not. Costa's going to give him a good run down the pit straight. Side by side. Oh, not really, but yeah.
I love that massive cambered bend. Like, it's clearly for a different kind of racing here, isn't it?
Whoa,
that's aggressive.
Yeah, very aggressive line there by Towers. Perkins now up behind Prescott as well, so we've got a bit of a battle going on all the way down this little strip of track.
Costa's pulling out some good lines. Was that? Is that Perkins' chance? Prescott had a bit of a wobbly route out of that.
It looks like Perkins has gotten the better of him.
Yeah. And can he stay in front? There's neck, nose and tail. Look at that.
It's like they're having a tow. Constable still up there in second place, only 5 seconds behind Bolesky. Salt then 2.5 seconds off the back of Constable. So we've got about 9.5 minutes left of this race.
That's been a pretty consistent gap actually, like that 2.5 seconds. And it looks like Yilmaz is closing in on Salt again. He's back to within half a second. It was a moment ago. Oh, look at this. Oh no, look in the back. Perkins went a bit wide, spun it round, and then got a kick in from Prescott just to drive the message home.
Yeah, and then Balabanov getting through there. Now he's on the back of Prescott. No rest for Prescott. Now Perkins
has his debut in again.
Yeah, Perkins now battling with Tim Heaton. Looks like
can he out-drag him? He might.
I think he can. Further up the front, this battle's still going on.
Some endurance training for Ollie Salt today.
Salt is absolutely sweating. Because having Moona on your back for 2 races in a row is it's not going to do anything good for your nerves.
Yeah, it's always great jumping in the chat after one of these races because there have been races where it's been like Peter Brophy's had Moona right up behind him. Whatever comes out, reports like sweating.
Absolutely drenched.
It's so much pressure. and not an inch of track to yourself. A fast-moving battle, though. They're in about 2 seconds of Constable, so Constable can't get complacent if he wants to hold on to that second. He's got to keep the fast laps coming and coming.
Definitely. See, this is
Well,
Towers on the back of Costa.
He's still there.
How did it go? What did he do there?
I think he's trying
no.
an experimental line. Oh no!
Very wide line there by Costa, allowing Towers to nip on through.
Did he psych him out there? What happened? That was different.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Looks like Costa's now on the gravel. Oh, he's getting back on the track, mate. There you go.
Keep it together. Keep it together, Kevin.
Yeah, you've only got 7 minutes left, and you're holding
These are still good points.
Holding a strong 8th. Keep it going, mate. All right. Further down, yeah, Prescott still defending from Balabanov.
It's not dropping off.
And Woolridge and Paget. Well, Pagem's now caught up to Woolridge. We might be seeing.
Love it. Loving the battles we're getting right up and down the track. This is great.
Yeah, this is excellent racing all the way up and down the track right now. Oh, no. Spin there.
Oh, it blocks the track, so... well, Padgem's like, you're lost, mate, bye.
And he's off. No, I think Padgem might let him have that place back. There you go. Good racing there from Padgem. He's going to let him have that one back.
Good display of sportsmanship. All right. Now try again, mate. Get the practice in.
Yeah. All right, further up, we've got... the gap... Salt has made a bit of a gap now.
Yeah, you almost must have had a slow corner.
Still, the gap to Constable is about 2 seconds. So, Constable there dealing with a back marker. I think that's Lazarov.
Now, could Lazarov play into this battle?
Well, historically, this throughout last race, Lazarov did get over. Like they caught up to him last time, and he was quite courteous in moving over. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's good sports. Like seeing people knowing when it's not about them. Well, he's trying to think, what's not the line here?
Oh, bit of contact there, but
yeah, that's a tricky bit. Right. I think he's managed to let Muna through now.
Yep, there you go.
That gave Salt just a moment's breathing space. But we saw how late that small mistake from Ollie cost him that position.
Yeah, it's on the last 15 seconds of the race, so
yeah,
anything can happen.
Right to the end. It looks like Perkins has just got past Balabanov.
There he is, yeah. Now he can focus on Prescott again. So he's 3 seconds off the back of Prescott. 4 minutes left of the race to go. Towers finds himself in the eponymous 7th place. Doing good there, Towers. Good recovery drive. Just expecting him to spin there, but didn't work.
I never thought that was going to happen too.
Yeah.
It looked like it was about to be a spin.
Yeah. Okay, so here's Woolridge having another go. Well, Padgham having another go at Woolridge. Good clean one there. Oh, but dropping some speed and letting Woolridge by again.
Yeah.
Yeah, some great racing up and down the board, as we were saying earlier, Doug. These guys going at it tooth and nail, and this is for 13th.
Yeah. It's all worth it. Like, you never know who's going to spin up front and drop you in the 12th, that all-important point.
Exactly. Next, okay, let's go back up to the front. This is still the battle for 3rd place.
That's what it's about.
Salt has managed to reel in Constable a little bit by about half a second.
Yeah, it's been like the slowest closing up ever. They pulled in like about a tenth every couple of laps.
Bolevsky now 8.5 seconds ahead of Constable, like way off into the distance. But yeah, there's Constable. See that fight going on behind him there.
Our Constable really wants to keep this his best result of the season so far as a third.
Yeah, 2 minutes or just over 2 minutes left of this race. If Constable can bring it home, he'll be that'll be a lot of points and a nice place on the podium. Maybe maybe a nice trophy, a bit of champagne.
Sorry, I'm reading the thing. I'm reading the thing wrong. I thought this was position, but it's actually points. So I was looking at a 3. How many points is 14? That would have been 7 because it was a double thing. This is confusing. So actually, I think his best finish would have been. That looks like a 5th. So this is way above.
Yeah, yes, this is
This is a really good hole.
good. Obviously, Constable has always been plagued by issues or
Yeah.
other people driving into him. So, yeah. It's good to get him on a decent thing. Although it was hilarious seeing him do that pit stop malarkey last race and getting out in front of everyone. And then basically driving the rest of the race on no tyres.
Yeah.
Absolute legend.
That was brilliant. Strategy.
That was a hell of a strategy, mate.
So this will actually equal Ollie's best position. Because in the first Paul Ricard race, he managed to score a third.
Yeah.
On the podium.
Coming home with 2/3 this time round. That's going to be a massive hit to his nearest rival, Ian Towers, who's going to be finishing in 7th. So if he keeps it together.
Stay on the track, Towers. Looks like the battles are all starting. The positions are closing down. It's just this one.
Yeah, this is 20 seconds left of the race. Let's look further down the field. Peter Vernon's kind of there, all on his own.
Now stay with the action.
Yeah, Kolyev's there. We'll stay with the action for now.
Yeah. Let's not be like the Monaco director crew. Oh, Ben, where's the button to cut to a random replay of Lance Stroll?
Could cut to Bolevsky. There you go.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't shown our race leader that much.
No.
As usual.
There's no overtaking. Just want to slow down a bit, Denny. Then you'll get some camera time.
Yeah, your sponsors will actually think you're worth putting the name on your card so they can actually see it. Although I guess the name does look pretty good on the podium.
That's very true.
If only we had one.
So you can't do these corners for the final time.
You can't deny Ollie Salt's driving is really good in these last couple of races.
Yeah, definitely. He's really upped his game. Means the Ollie Salt fan club is actually kind of legit now, right? Because he's scoring points and not been in it.
Yeah, it's coming home for them.
Yeah, it's very. I've always been legit. Yeah.
Right, there's the checker flag.
Yeah, it looks like it's Bolevsky coming home in first. A heroic drive from Constable coming home in second. Ollie Salt, great result for the fan club. Third, that's Moody Yilmaz coming home in fourth. A very spirited drive all race, putting the pressure on the entire time. Peter Vernon, there he is, in fifth. Kolyev, a great recovery drive from him to finish in sixth. Ian Towers as well, there he is, bringing her home in seventh.
That is a great result for Peter Vernon, by the way. That is two better than his previous.
That's a very good result. Kevin Costa, brilliant result there for eighth. After getting spun round many times.
That's his best result as well.
Yeah, gets the better of Prescott, who comes and finishes in 9th. Then, well, actually, we don't know yet. They haven't crossed the finish line.
Oh,
This could still.
are you sure?
I don't know. Have they crossed the finish
They,
line?
they look like they're at parade speed.
Oh, yeah, probably they have that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's 9th place for Prescott, 10th place for Perkins, 11th for Balamanov, 12th for Heaton, 13th for Padgham, 14th for Woolridge, 15th for Lazarov, and DNF for Pete Brophy, unfortunately, engine trouble. So yes, that is your race for today, or your races for today.
Now there is a little caveat on today. From these races, it's been announced that points will start being deducted for particularly bad safety ratings. So there is something of a cost to get unclean racing. In terms of exactly what those point cuts are, I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to tell you next week if we've even figured it out by then.
I think it's if you're below a certain safety rating, you don't get any points, right? I think that's the way.
Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the way. Usually, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pete. But yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, join us next week when we'll be at the Saxon Ring for 2 more races on the Grand Prix course there. And then, yeah, that'll be race 8 and 9. And then the following week after that is the Hungaro Ring for one of our big 50-minute races again. So, yeah, join us next week at the same time for the Saxon Ring. So, yeah, I've been Ben, and
I've been Doug.
So, yeah. Yeah, also, Pete's just put the information on the safety rating stuff in the chat. So, if you're interested in it, you can read. Okie doke. Yeah, so we will see you next week at the same time of 10 to 8. So, yeah, see you guys, and yeah, stay safe.
Bye-bye.